All right, we've got our photos loaded up into Photoshop. Let's take a look at some of the selection tools we can use to create our composition. Let's jump. So here we are in Photoshop. We've got our images here, and I've already laid them out from back to front. So what I want in my background versus what I want in my foreground. Now, of course, foreground is going to be on top. Background is going to be on the bottom of your list. The default tool that comes up when you load Photoshop is always going to be the Move tool, unless you change the default within the settings. I have never touched that. I leave it at the Move tool. What it allows you to do is basically you can, once you've imported your image, you can move it around, move it into place, and wherever you want it. For now, I'm going to keep this right there. That's good there. And in fact, I'm going to scale it up. I'm holding down Alt and Shift to scale it, to keep that aspect ratio the same, to scale it uniformly, because I don't want it stretched out. And that looks good there. I'm going to drag it. Holding down Shift allows you to drag, while you're moving things, allows you to drag only in a 90-degree angle, so either vertical or horizontally. It does not let you drag it necessarily up at an angle other than, like, say 45 degrees. So it kind of locks it into 45-degree increments. I'm going to move it down to right about there for now. Maybe a little bit higher. That's good, which is basically back where it was. Okay, so now let's jump in and grab our selection tool. First thing I'm going to do is the Marquee tool. So that's Marquee tool. If I hold it down, hold my left mouse button down, you can see there's the rectangular marquee, elliptical, single row, and single column marquee tool. I'm just going to do the rectangular marquee for this one. Now, if I click and drag, it's obviously going to be from the upper left-hand corner. Control D to deselect. If I hold down Alt, it's going to be from the center of that rectangle. If I hold down Alt and Shift, it goes from a rectangle to a square, and it's a uniform aspect ratio. Okay. Control D again to deselect. But what I want to do is I want to extend the sky from above this mountain peak up to the top. So what I'm going to do is just kind of drag here something like this. Okay, I'm going to move that into place a little bit. I don't want to touch that mountain. Cool. Now I'm going to go up to Edit, Free Transform. Control T is Free Transform. I'm going to grab the top of this. I'm just going to drag it up, just like so. And click Enter when you're done. And then Control D to deselect. All right, so that's the Marquee tool. You've got the rectangular and the elliptical marquee, as well as the single row and single column marquee tools. That's a quick look at those marquee tools. In the next video, let's take a look at object selection and maybe even the lasso tools to select our mountain. I'll see you in the next video.